Program was paid for by Steve Graff. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
It's like a match made in heaven. Louisiana rice and Louisiana crawfish. And man, oh man, do they go together. Think crawfish and rice stir-fry, crawfish and rice casserole, our world-famous etouffee. Simple Louisiana ingredients, rice and crawfish. Cajun, Creole, baked, fried, boiled, however you like. Just start with rice and give those little mud bugs some spicy Louisiana love. The proud farmers of certified Louisiana rice invite you to visit startwithrice.com for recipes. Brought to you by the proud farmers of certified Louisiana rice.
Parents and guardians, you can still receive summer grocery money through the Louisiana Sunbucks program. The Louisiana Sunbucks program will provide eligible families with an extra $120 per child to buy food. Families will receive a Sunbucks EBT card in the mail that can be used to buy food at retailers that accept SNAP benefits. Time is running out, so please visit sunbucks.la.gov to see if you're eligible to apply. Applications close on September 20th.
What a country! Your beautiful brand new Silverado is just one click away. Chevyland.com/specials. Chevyland.com/specials. Chevyland, helping out the Fletcher Show for a long, long time. We are digging our Silverado LTZ Texas Edition 4x4 Chevy Silverado from Chevyland. Buddy, if you're looking to dig a truck, how about making plans? 7500 Erie Drive, Shreveport, Chevyland.com. GBT is the great banking team. 3400 Line Avenue, Mansfield Road, Williamson Way in East Texas next to the Bellagio. Ain't no bots at GBT, folks. Real live human beings answering the phones in the teller window, and when you go into the bank, real humans. GBT, the great banking team.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Want to win big with Jimmy Granger Outdoors Tiger Den? We've got your chance. Just stop by and register in person or download the 11:30 a.m. The Tiger app for your chance to win tickets to each LSU home game this season. You'll also score with gas money and road snack money, plus a pair of game day shirts from the Tiger Den. All roads lead to LSU. From Jimmy Granger Outdoors Tiger Den and 11:30 a.m. The Tiger, where you can hear every LSU football game and all that is LSU. Go Tigers!
Get updates on LSU football, the Houston Texans, New Orleans Saints, Dallas Cowboys, and more right to your phone. Plus, you can stream the station with one tap in the palm of your hand. Live high school football, Colin Coward, Tim Fletcher, Jacob Hester, and much more, all with the free 1130 The Tiger mobile app. Download it now in your Google Play Store or iTunes Store. Get the power of the Tiger on your phone. Details are online at 1130thetiger.com.
The following program is paid for by Tim Fletcher. Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons! Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center top 10 right there.
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. Yeah. What's up, everybody? How we doing? How's your mom and them? Everybody feeling good? Life good? Life treating you well? Hope so. It's a good day to have a good day, man. We're excited to be here. It's a good looking day. Cold front came through. Had a little rain this morning. I guess, Rogers, did it rain on you on the way in? I don't know when exactly the rain happened. So
no, not at 3:30 in the morning.
It wasn't here at that point yet?
No.
Okay. I didn't know. Like I said, I slept through all of it, so I don't know when the rain actually started or stopped. So I know I woke up and there was some dampness on the ground. I just didn't know if you had to drive through it. So I'm glad you didn't, my friend. Glad you didn't have to drive through it. But the weather's nice. It's cooled down a little bit. It's not just boiling hot out there. It's like 80 degrees, and lows are going to get down in the 60s here the next week or so. Going to be really pleasant, and happy to have it. We needed to get some decent weather in here, so super excited about that. Got to make some jokes last night on the volleyball broadcast. We're going to talk about that. I was super excited about that. Got to make some jokes today, and I don't think Hambone's gotten to see it yet, so we will get to spring it on him as well. I'm guessing Rogers can probably reasonably guess what I might have to joke about. It's one of the standbys. Let's just say that. So Hambone's going to have a pretty good idea of what's coming. But we got to have some fun, and appreciate that. Last night had to have some fun on the broadcast. So, by the way, Commerce came in and swept Northwestern State. Took a 3-0 win and looked good doing it. They looked really, really sharp. So, NSU had an off night, especially one of their attackers had an off night, and it showed. But, we got that to discuss. We've got NIL. The ugly side of NIL finally showing up. It was just a matter of time before something like this happened. Excuse me, and it has happened. And we will get into that and talk a little bit about what's going down at UNLV, of all places. Who knew that UNLV is where the first NIL kerfuffle would take place, and it is taking place at UNLV. So we'll discuss that, and is this the ruination of college athletics? Is it a one-off? Is this sort of the first? Is this part of the growing pains of NIL and learning kind of learning how this should be done and what are the correct ways to do this. I think there's some of that certainly to be talked about, that this is going to be something to be looked at and will be shared. And I think people will talk a good bit about it. And so we'll get into it. We'll discuss it a little bit. So we got that happening, and we got an incredible special at the Pearl going on we got to tell you about, and our friends at Hollis Dental Care and Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling got us a new Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling spot. Get to hear from Michael and Justin. It's pretty awesome. Get to hear from both of those guys. You don't get to hear their voices very often. So get to hear from both of those guys, which is cool, and we'll obviously, you'll get to hear that throughout the course of the show. But man, ripped and locked and loaded, a lot of stuff to discuss. Rogers, I'm just going to start right off the top. And man, I'm sorry about your Astros, brother. After they started so slow, we kind of all knew the writing was on the wall and they just weren't going to be able to recover. And you kept saying, be patient and be patient. And I'm sorry, buddy, it just didn't work out. They just won the division again. So I'm sorry, man. Rogers, I feel for you, brother. If you need a hug, let me know, okay? I'm there for you. Poor Hambone. Look, he was right. He was absolutely right. He told all y'all to the sky, in EH especially, sky wasn't falling. Calm down. Everybody just stay cool. That there was plenty of time. And lo and behold, look what happened. The Astros won the division yet again. Rogers, how many years in a row is this now, winning the division? I know
this is 4 in a row, but 7 full seasons because they didn't win the COVID year. That was Oakland.
Okay.
So 7 straight full seasons they've won the division, 4 in a row now.
Gotcha. And 6 ALCSs? In a row?
Yeah, 6 straight, 7 straight postseasons, now 8, and 6 straight ALCS.
Okay. Well, Rogers, I'm sorry, buddy. Your Astros,
it gets worse for me, too, because they're about to start on TV right now, a day game, so I just don't know what I want to do. I can't even hardly watch them.
By the way, did I see that they're I got word that they're opening against Cleveland? In Cleveland?
Oh, I don't think that's been determined yet or not, because there's still games to play.
Okay.
So that hasn't been determined. I think Cleveland has a first-round bye.
Yeah, okay.
And the Astros are going to have to play in the wild card, so I don't think they're going to get Cleveland first.
Yeah, okay. Well, my buddy was asking about
either
tickets.
Detroit or Kansas City.
Okay, my buddy was asking about tickets. I was like, I don't think the playoffs are yet. Like, I don't think we still have the regular season to get through and like wild cards.
Well, there's only 5 games left, so this will be done with this weekend.
Yeah.
And then the playoffs start next weekend. But yeah, the Guardians clinched a first round bye, so the Astros will probably host either Kansas City or Detroit, or if Minnesota happens to make it.
Yeah. So yeah, my buddy Jeff is in Cleveland for work. And I was dealing with a bunch of other stuff and wasn't really paying attention. And he texted me. He's like, "Hey, the Astros are playing at Cleveland to start the playoffs. Do you think you could, do you think David Fry might be able to get us a ticket?" And I'm like, probably not. I'm not going to ask him for the playoffs. And then I started thinking, I was like, wait, the playoffs can't be beginning already, and Cleveland wouldn't be playing. Like they got to go through the wild card stuff, and my brain just was I was dealing with some other stuff.
Cleveland has clinched a wild card bye.
Yeah,
so they won't be playing in the first round. So yeah, Astros won't be at Cleveland in the first round. The Astros, as a division champion with the worst record of division champions, they'll be the 3rd seed, and they will host, I think, the 6th seed, whoever that ends up being.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just into the regular season, Astros at Cleveland. Let me see. Yeah, Houston's at Cleveland to end the regular season. That's a Friday.
And right now, none of those games matter.
No, none of them matter.
It matters maybe it doesn't really matter because Cleveland
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to Cleveland. It doesn't matter to Houston.
It doesn't matter to Houston. And this is the last game today with Seattle, so that'll be done with for this year. So it's down to Detroit and Minnesota trying to get it. Detroit, Kansas City, and Minnesota are the last 3 trying to get those.
Yeah, it's funny, Rogers, when you look at I'm looking at the the upcoming MLB schedule on ESPN, and the upcoming MLB schedule says Monday, no games. This is then Tuesday, October the 1st, TBD at TBD for the NL wild card, TBD at TBD for the NL wild card, TBD at TBD for the AL wild card, and TBD at the Houston Astros for the other wild card. They're the only team that's locked in. All other 7 teams in the wild card have yet to be locked in, but the Astros are in. So they play Tuesday night, Wednesday night in Houston. That will be the start of the wild card round. So good for your Astros. I know there were quite a few people I know that were at the game last night to watch them clinch. Any kind of overarching thoughts, Rogers, of, where is this team as they get ready to head to the playoffs? I know they got a little healthier as they moved along. Verlander coming back. Where do you feel like this team is as they move into the playoffs now?
I feel like they're just as good as the last 7 years.
Okay.
Because they had young guys who got a lot of playing time this year because of injuries.
Sure.
And now those guys have MLB experience, and they're not just rookies and AAA guys anymore. This is a team that they haven't decided if Verlander's even going to make the playoff rotation because he has struggled since he came back, and he admitted he came back too soon from that last neck injury. But we talked about that this morning, me and Fletch. I said, look, as an Astros fan, he should be on the playoff roster. He doesn't need to give me 5 or 6 innings. If he can give me an inning or 2, or he can come in relief in the 5th or 6th inning and get a batter or 2 out, I don't need him to be the Verlander 2-3-time Cy Young winner. I just need him in the dugout with his experience and his wisdom to help this young pitching staff. And if it means coming in the 5th or 6th before you bring in Presley and Hader, that's fine with me, but his experience and leadership, I want him on the roster, but I don't need him being game 1 pitcher. He doesn't have to go 5 or 6 innings. It's past all that. He just needs to give us what he can because the team is pretty damn good as a whole.
Yeah, it is.
And now Kyle Tucker's back, so that was like getting an extra free agent. And despite the Jose Abreu thing, they went out and found Jason Hayward, and it's like this guy had been on the team all year long. This is one of the best front offices in all of baseball. That's why in the beginning when everybody was it's done, it's finally done. It's like, no, then you hadn't been paying attention to these guys for the past 10 years. So here we are, here we go, watching a game right now. None of them matter anymore. They've made the playoffs, 7 straight full season division titles, 4 straight since the COVID year when Oakland won it, so that really doesn't count. So, yeah, and thank you for acknowledging that I stayed patient all year.
You did.
I mean, heck, last year, Patrick, it went down to the last game of the regular season before they won the division.
Right.
So I've already been there, done that.
And
I understand
didn't like 3 different things have to happen for them to win the division last year, and they all happened?
No, they had to win that last day. And then Texas and Seattle both made the playoffs. All 3 made the playoffs, and Texas ended up winning the World Series.
Wasn't it like Seattle ended up tied or lost? I can't remember. There was something weird that happened on the last day.
I think Texas and Houston were tied, but Houston had the silver boot tiebreaker.
Okay.
But Seattle got a wild card, and they all 3 went to the playoffs. Now this year, there's only one team that's going to make the playoffs from this division.
And I wonder who that team is, Rogers.
I don't know. Maybe those Lastros, maybe those Disastros.
Disastros, right? Lastros, yeah.
Yeah, so anybody that doesn't understand, there's 3 guys left from the drum beating team, and one of them hadn't pitched in 3 years, and Lance McCullers, and the other 2 are Altuve and Bregman, 2 of the best players in the league. And if it was so bad what they did, why is A.J. Hinch, the manager of the Detroit Tigers, trying to make the playoffs? Why is Alex Cora still the manager of the Boston Red Sox? Why is Carlos Correa still in the league? Why is George Springer still in the league? Oh, that's right, because they threw the Astros under the bus while they went to court to fight a legal document not to let you know that the Yankees 3 years in a row got fined and docked draft picks for doing the same exact thing, stealing pitches. Because one is a traditional playoff. Oh, the mighty Yankees.
The storied, hallowed
let's
New
just
York
throw
Yankees.
those Disastros under the bus, run over them 3 or 4 times. We'll get done with their organization. They'll be – oh, wait, they're not finished. Oh, they have a good front office. Oh, and it's a new manager with a whole team of new players that has nothing to do with the 2017. And it's funny, this morning I walked in because it took me a while to find it last night. I found an AL Division Championship shirt that I bought from 2017.
Okay.
So Fletcher walked in, and I was like, man, look, I got this thing in like 2 hours shipped to me last night. And he looked at me and goes, oh, my God, how did you do that? And I said, wait. I said, wait, this says 2017 on it. Oh, they've been winning divisions for a long time now. Okay,
Rogers,
sorry, man.
Rogers, not for nothing, but let's question Dear Leader's mental acuity if he thinks that you somehow got online and bought and paid for and had shipped a shirt overnight. Like, come on, man.
I know, but hey,
strains
it's 5 o'clock in the morning.
I get it. It's early. Like, you're not, you hadn't had your coffee yet, so you're not,
And I've been awake since 2:30, so I'm really more aware. So I knew I was going to hit him with it. I was like, look, man, this thing came in the middle of the night. And all he saw was it said AL West Champs on it.
Right.
He didn't see the 2017. I went, oh, wait, this is from 2017.
Oh, wait.
Oh, this is 7 years old. They've been winning divisions for a while now.
No, it's
sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's just funny that, like, because literally, if you said that to me, my first thought would be, the hell you did. Like, you didn't go online and order. Like, I know everything that you get comes from your daughter. So, like, I know you wouldn't call her up at, like, 11 p.m. It was like, honey, get me an overnight shipping of the new division winner shirt.
Especially a division. This was the last time I bought one. I have not bought a division championship shirt since then. I have bought AL championship shirts, and I have bought World Series shirts. But, yeah, I don't need to buy division shirts when you've won 7 straight full seasons and 4 in a row since the COVID year.
Yeah.
I don't need to quite do that.
It's it's not unlike Cowboys fans, right? Like they go in with expectations that they're going to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. At what point did the New England Patriots fans in the early 2000s stop celebrating division titles and stop celebrating a first round win in the playoffs, right? Like that, it was bigger than that. They knew they were going farther than that. So, congrats to your Astros, Hambone. Happy for you.
Yeah, sorry, Astros haters. They're one of the best organizations in baseball, whether you like it or not. They have one of the best owners. They got a brand new manager who had to find his way with the team. He has a different style than Dusty Baker. He's not a 75-year-old man that played back in the 50s and 60s and manages that way. And you had tons of injuries, including now that we know that Kyle Tucker had a hairline fracture in his shin, and it wasn't just a bone bruise or a contusion. And the longer he was out, I think we all kind of knew, okay, yeah, this was more than a bone bruise.
Yes.
And again, Verlander, I want him to be on the roster because of his experience, his knowledge, his wisdom, his leadership.
I don't know. Can they add him as like an adjunct professor, right? Can you bring him in as a special assistant to the traveling secretary?
No, I want him to be available to pitch in case all of a sudden, there's a rough spot in the 5th or 6th inning somewhere and you got to bring in Justin Verlander to get 2 outs. If he's down to that, I'm good with that. I don't need to see him pitch 5-6 strong innings and only give up 1 run and almost have a no-hitter. I don't need that. I just need him to at least contribute because the rest of the pitching staff got so much extra time this year that they have figured it out. They have found their place. And now Verlander is just a special cog in the wheel, not the outside tread of the wheel. So
okay, but
this
here's
is
the
a good
thing,
deal
Rogers.
for Astros fans.
If he comes in and gives you 5 or 6 innings, giving up 1 run, I'm assuming you take it. Like you're not going to be like, no, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't give me 1 run over 5 or 6 innings. Like I can't have that.
Before you expected it from him, I don't expect that now. If I can get it, yes. If not, then give me what you can to help the team get out of an inning. Or if you say, hey, I can go 2 innings a day and then pull me and bring whatever it is, I don't need him to be the man where, man, if he doesn't win a game, this Astros team's not going to win this series. That's just not the way it is because he was out most of the year, just like Tucker was out most of the year. And look what, a division champion again.
Well, Rogers, that's just the way it is. Some things will never change, my friend.
It'll never change,
no,
Bruce.
The Astros winning the division, it's just the way it is. Some things will never change. It's what happens. Bad start, injuries. When you look up, when you get finished, the end of the season, you're looking up at the Astros as the divisional winners. What are you going to do? It's what they do, man. That's how they operate. So, ho hum. Rogers gets to overnight a new divisional championship shirt because that's something that would happen in real life. Hambone, we got a little frivolity we've got to get to today. We had a little fun on the broadcast last night for Northwestern State volleyball. We also need to talk about a post that I just made on Facebook, and it involves one of Hambone's favorite jokes of mine, one of my staple jokes that Hambone loves every time I do it. We had another instance of it, and we put it online, so we'll talk a little bit about that. You want to take the break now, Rogers, and come back and reset the show and do all that, or would you like me to go ahead and do that?
You're
now?
the host, brother. I'm following you.
Hey, you say that, and then you start playing music, and I go to break. I'm like a trained dog. I'm like Pavlov's dogs. As soon as you start playing music, I go to break. That's what I do. I hear chingity ching, hee haw, and I'm Dominic the donkey. Like I climb the hills because Santa's reindeer can't climb the hills of Italy. The Patrick Netherton Show. We'll come back and introduce everything, and then we got a couple of moments of frivolity to bring you before we talk about what's going on at UNLV and the NIL. So Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We'll be right back.
You never see him kick. When Santa visits his paisans with Dominic, he'll be, because the reindeer cannot climb the hills of Italy. Hey, jingity jing, it's Dominic the donkey, jingity jing, the Italian Christmas donkey, la la la.
I got my together.
I got my together.
You can get your shots together too. Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Sponsored by Pfizer. 2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by Louisiana Highway Safety Commission.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation.
Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card?
Uh-huh.
Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase.
Really?
Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke. Patrick Netherton.
I never meant to be so bad to you. One thing I said that I would never do. A look from you and I would fall from grace, and that would wipe the smile right from my face. Do you remember when we used to dance, and incidents arose from circumstance?
Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Hope everyone's having themselves a wonderful... What is today, Wednesday? I don't know what day it is. Wednesday, hump day. Love Asia. The continent and the band. Never been to Asia. Been to Australia, been to Canada, been to, obviously, America. Have not been to Mexico. Have not been anywhere in Europe at all. Love to go to Europe. I'd love to go explore. I mean, Rogers, I want to see where Dominic the Christmas Donkey was from, the hills of Italy. I've not made a trip over there yet. So we got to make that happen at some point. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Couple of ways to get in touch with the show. You can call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline, 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. If you want to find us there.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Coach O. You can find us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426, also known as the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. And as you've heard from the new spot, into the heating and cooling business as well, Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. We are also available for you via 3 different streaming places, sites, apps, whatever the case may be. Facebook and YouTube. We stream on both of those. If you want to find us there, all you have to do is search for the Patrick Netherton Show, or Netherton Show, or Patrick Netherton, or some combination thereof, and you will see the page. Easiest way to then be notified when we go live is to, if you're on Facebook, like or follow the page. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the page. All right, I don't know why we can't get a standard nomenclature for this. I don't get it, but nevertheless. YouTube is a subscribe. Facebook is a like or follow. And by the way, all of those are free. None of those cost money. We're also available on Twitter/X if you want to find us there. At PT Netherton. At PT Netherton. Same thing, though. If you search for Patrick Netherton, you're going to find me. There's only one account. I'm the only one. And you'll see my beautiful new headshot that we had done there a couple of weeks ago. So, at PT Netherton is the Twitter/X. Or if you want to follow Rogers Hampton, you can at HeyBoyRogers, at HeyBoyRogers. We're also available to stream audio-wise on the app, the 1130 The Tiger app. Go to Google Play or your iTunes App Store, and you can just search for 1130 The Tiger. The number's 1130 The Tiger. Download the app, listen to us. It's crystal clear HD audio. Sounds great. It really does. It's as high quality audio as you're going to find. And that means that we have to introduce the divisional champion himself, ladies and gentlemen, Rogers E. Hampton Jr.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy!
Hey, boy.
Hey, you guys.
Hello.
What's up, Rogers? How are you, buddy?
It's hump day, baby.
It is. Mike.
2 down, 2 to go.
That's
Another
right.
town, one more show.
There you go. We're moving on to the downward slope of the week. Yeah. Hambone flying high. Astros coming back to win the division after the slow start. Already locked into a wild card spot.
Oh,
and,
there were people that just buried them in the first month, and I was like, do you
and
realize
some of them
this
were
is-
Astros fans, Rogers.
Oh, absolutely, which means they're not true Astros fans.
I mean, look, it's very much the until you dethrone a championship team.
Yep.
Like they're still a championship team. That's just
Okay,
just the
right
rules.
now, if the playoffs started today, the Astros would host A.J. Hinch and the Detroit
That
Tigers.
would be funny. That would be funny.
And,
Also,
oh my gosh.
also a Hambone versus GeekCon Daddy showdown as well.
He don't want to feel the wrath of the
Oh,
Astro
he
Nation.
don't want to get the old bone on him now.
It's
He
one
don't
thing
want-
him arguing with Puff. You don't want to come at the old ham bone.
You don't want to get the old ham bone on you, boy. You gonna get, Greg. You gonna
Man,
get.
if it ends up being they host the Detroit Tigers and A.J. Hinch, their old manager, and he gets to come back to Houston, that's going to be one of the funniest things I've ever stinking seen, my friend.
That would be what would really be funny then, Rogers, is if the Astros fans showed up with trash cans to welcome AJ.
At this point,
Hinch
I don't
back.
care
That
anymore.
would be funny if the Astros fans trolled AJ
Yeah,
Hinch
that's
as
not-
the former.
that's
I know
not-
it's not
that-
going to happen, Roger.
that's
I'm saying it would be amusing. It would be
Yeah.
kind of a very meta joke to do that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know it's the Astros fans aren't that.
Yeah, they're
they
not
aren't
gonna
that
do that.
sophisticated. But yes, it would be funny, and then it would, like we said, it would be Puff v. It would be GeekCon Daddy v. Hambone in the showdown for the wild card. Wild card is best of 3.
That would be funny, man. That would be really funny. AJ Hinch, the guy, that horrible guy. Shouldn't he be back in the league? Yeah, that's why it wasn't that big of a deal in 2017. If it was that big of a deal, they had all been suspended for life. They would have been suspended for a couple of years. They would have, and they weren't. And then, like I said, when MLB went to court to make sure a document didn't get open that showed the Yankees got in trouble 3 years in a row for the same thing, that's when I was like, yeah, this is the Yankees or the Lakers, they're the Cowboys, that each league has to keep their shining little object, even if they haven't won anything. We can't let that be tarnished, but we can let a team like Houston go under the bus. Well, who's got the last laugh with that?
I would say the last
I would say
laugh
Houston.
belongs. I
Yeah,
would say the
I
last
would
laugh
say
belongs
Houston.
to Rogers
Yeah.
Hampton is
Yep.
what I would say.
Yep. And I
right.
told you all along. I was like Agatha all along.
Oh.
I told you from the beginning of the
By
season.
the way, Rogers, the Agatha All Along series is out now.
I have no idea.
I know you don't know. So for those that don't know, Rogers is not an MCU guy, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Couldn't care less. Iron Man 4.
Hey, finish this story. I got to step out real quick. Chris
Oh.
is actually here, and I need to talk to him about something real quick,
well,
okay?
You go for it, my
Yeah,
friend.
he hadn't been here in 3 weeks, so I need to kind of just make sure he knows about something I need taken care of.
Hambone's got a list.
I'll be right back, my brother.
All right, you let me know when you get back, Hambone. All right. So, for those that don't know, Rogers is not a Marvel Cinematic Universe guy. But for those that watch WandaVision, they had, spoiler alert, Agatha Harkness was part of WandaVision, and they came out with just an unbelievable banger of a song called Agatha All Along. And Katherine Hahn was playing Agatha. She was going by Agnes in the story. But anyway, it was a banger of a song, and we actually got Rogers hooked on the song. He doesn't care anything about WandaVision, Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, Agatha Hart. He doesn't care about any of that. Doesn't care about Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, like none of those. But we got him hooked on the Agatha All Along song. So, so Agatha All Along, which is the series about Agatha Harkness after everything that went down in WandaVision, is out on Disney Plus right now. First, I think 3 episodes are out now. I watched the first episode and loved it, so I can't wait to really dive in and enjoy it. So while we wait on Hambone, let me read a couple of texts on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Actually, these are all kind of relating to Rogers, so I'll wait till he gets back for that. Yes, but we got to get into this NIL stuff that went down with the quarterback at UNLV. We need to discuss what happened. It is it's turned into a bit of a mess, and your transfer quarterback came in and has led you to a 3-0 start, and things are going great, and you're feeling good about life. They're ranked top 25 in the poll. They beat Houston and Kansas, and they got a big game against Fresno State, and whoops. We'll talk about that because it is it's a little messy, and this is the side of the NIL landscape that we knew would happen. And look, a lot of this falls at the feet of the higher ups within the NCAA, because they came in and have basically abdicated all responsibility for the NIL landscape and just said, hey, whatever, if the states want to make their own laws, if the schools want to do their own thing, like they've basically just abdicated their responsibility. And so it's become somewhat of the wild, wild west out there. And you knew that when that happened, there would be unscrupulous people who would take advantage of that. And lo and behold, there are unscrupulous people who have taken advantage of it. No real surprise in any of that. Like that is not a surprise, not a shocker. It has that it has gone down the way it has gone down, but it absolutely has gone down exactly the way we thought it probably would, and it has. So we'll get into some of that. It involves the quarterback for UNLV. If you don't know the story, Matthew Sluka, the quarterback for UNLV, his family says that he was he was basically promised $100,000 in a verbal offer from an assistant coach, and never got it in writing. And said later, after he enrolled in UNLV, he was told his family was told by head coach Barry Odom that the offer was not valid because it didn't come from him, but rather from the offensive coordinator. And they instead offered him $3,000 $3,000 a month for, I believe, 4 months. And they were going to take care of his rent. And apparently none of that has happened. Apparently the UNLV collective did pay him $3,000 for an engagement he made over the summer, but that's it. The collective said they didn't know that there were any promises for $100,000 to come to Sluka, and that he was not this was a verbal agreement with him and an assistant coach. So Sluka posted on Twitter earlier today, I've decided to utilize my red shirt year and will not be playing in any additional games this season. I committed to UNLV based on certain representations that were made to me, which were not upheld after I enrolled. Despite discussions, it became clear that these commitments would not be fulfilled in the future. I wish my teammates the best of luck this season and hope for the continued success of the program. So, basically what you have is you've got a crew. Apparently the agent didn't realize that he could have his guys sign a contract. That I guess he didn't know about the NCAA getting beaten in court, and the court basically saying that yes, you can contract with these athletes. And allegedly the agent believed that they couldn't sign a contract until he was enrolled. So he enrolled, and then there was no contract. And it is messy. And this is exactly what we knew would happen at some point, because there's no real sort of framework for all of this, right? There's no one, who does Matthew Sluka, he's got an issue. He was told he was going to get $100,000. Who does he appeal to? Right? There's no one for him to talk to. There's no process for him to appeal or try to challenge this in any way. It was a verbal agreement. He did not have a contract of any kind signed. And again, because apparently the agent believed he couldn't enter into a contract until he enrolled. So he enrolled thinking that a contract would come. They kept asking for it. It never did. The university then offered him $3,000 a month for, I think, 3 or 4 months. And they said no. And so Sluka is... he only played 3 games, so he's still eligible for a red shirt. You can red shirt with having played 4 games. So because UNLV didn't uphold what they believe, what the Sluka family believed was their end of the bargain, they end up with losing their quarterback, who had led them to a wonderful move. By the way, we got a message from Hawk over on X. He said, PNet, he cares about KISS. Well, Rogers definitely cares about KISS. There's no doubt about that. But good to hear from you, Hawk. That's one of our favorite people. I believe that is the great Dan Hawkins, who is jumping in there and being a part of it and watching us. Yeah, it is. It is Dan Hawkins, one of our favorite people, watching us over on the Twitter feed. So we love you, Hawk, and we need to get Hawk on the show. We need to get Hawk on the show. No doubt about that. Yeah, Hambone. By the way, Dan Hawkins is commenting on Twitter. He's watching right now, and said that you care about KISS, and he's right. He's right. Rogers does care about KISS. But yeah, and look, I am 100% for players being paid. I am 100% for them getting something out of this, right? When college athletics was a low $1 million business back, way back when, then, the players can say, hey, a scholarship is a lot of money, right? Scholarship is a big deal. College athletics is a multi-billion-dollar business now. And so to not have the folks that are your labor force being able to make or receive any compensation is just crazy. I'm sorry, a scholarship is nice, but it is not just compensation for these kids going and putting their lives, their livelihoods, like all of this on the line for good old State U. So I am absolutely for finding a way to pay these kids. But if you're going to do that, you have to have some sort of a contractual vehicle, right? You've got to find a way to make sure that if an offensive coordinator says to you, hey, we're going to give you $100,000 to transfer here, and you're going to be our guy, you need to have that in writing. Or else you really legitimately have nothing to stand on. It's then, he said. And where do you go? There's no National Labor Relations Board for you because you're not unionized. So there's no way for you to go and appeal to any sort of other entity. And the NCAA has completely abdicated their responsibility toward this. So you have a kind of a system of small jurisdictions that all have their own rules. Texas's NIL laws are different than California's NIL laws, or different than Florida's NIL laws. And when the NCAA got sued, and the courts basically said, yeah, you can do whatever you want. Like, the NCAA can't stop you. And so now it is an absolute free-for-all. And I like the concept and the idea of paying athletes. I like the concept and the idea of compensating them, because they are your workforce. They are what is bringing in the billions of dollars. If all of the athletes cease to exist, we're not paying to watch Dabo Swinney and Nick Saban walk up and down the sidelines. We're paying to watch football. Right? That's what we're watching. We're watching football. We get our subscriptions to ESPN Plus and Paramount and all of this. I'm not paying to watch Dan. Like, I love Dan Hawkins, but I'm not paying to watch him on the sideline standing by himself with nothing going on in the field. I mean, I probably would, actually. I'd probably pay for a hawk cam, like they do with the birds in the nest. I'd probably pay for a hawk cam, just follows Dan Hawkins around. But yeah, without the benefit of the people, the workforce that are out there, you don't have a sport. You don't have football. Football doesn't exist without the players. Oh, don't give me, come on, Hawk. I'd 100% watch a camera follow you around on your adventures, swimming with the killer whales off Norway and whatnot. Just trying to, just baiting death to come for you in the form of a rhinoceros on the Serengeti. And as we know, Rogers, Mount Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti. We know that. That is 100% the truth. But yeah, this is a space that, until there is some framework that is developed, and it's going to have to be the NCAA, because the conferences aren't going to go in and police themselves. The schools are certainly not going to go in and police themselves. The NCAA is going to have to come in and, at least if nothing else, say, hey, here's the framework. You offer a kid $100,000 to come play quarterback at UNLV. Guess what? Here's a contract. You sign that. And it can be a boilerplate contract, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. That you are offering X compensation for Y return, for Y labor, right? That's what you have to do. That's got to happen at some point in the world of college football, especially at college football. But it's going to be basketball. Baseball's going to have the same thing. I mean, look at Livy Dunn in gymnastics, right? Like, you've got to find some kind of a boilerplate that, at least if nothing else, it says, okay, a coach makes you an offer. Here's an offer sheet. All right. And Dan said players have to get offers in writing because they're independent contractors. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. But there has to be some kind of a framework for this. And I don't know who's going to be responsible for it. But there has to be something where, when a player is offered something by a coach, there is an offer sheet, right? Just like in most jobs that you get, they bring you and they give you an offer sheet. Hey, here's what we're willing to pay. Here are the terms of the contract. You want to sign it or you don't. Or let's negotiate, right? So the player comes in, says, the offensive coordinator says, hey, we're going to pay you $100,000 to come be quarterback at UNLV. All right, great. Let's do an offer. All right, here's your offer sheet. $100,000 to play quarterback at UNLV. Stipulations are you have to show up for X number of practices. You have to blah, 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 blah. Whatever the language ends up being. And you do that, and they sign the offer sheet, and it becomes a binding deal. And then if the school backs out and doesn't pay you what they're offering, or you don't live up to your terms of the contract, then the contract's null and void. Yeah, and Hawk said the NCAA doesn't want litigation. They backed out of all frameworks. Yeah, like I said, they've abdicated the entirety of their responsibility in the NIL framework. Like, they have abdicated responsibility 100%. And then once they were sued and lost the lawsuit, that it was, I mean, Pontius Pilate, that thing, washed my hands of it. Like, I will have nothing to do with this. Don't come to me when there's problems. It's King, was it King George in Hamilton, right? Like, oh, you don't come to me when you got issues, right? Don't come crying back to us because you can't handle, the framework or being a new, a new young entity. So, yeah, you got to find it. Hawk said it's like signing a scholarship offer, but now it happens all year. If the program says it, players better ask for the contract in writing. And that's going to be here. We knew there would be lessons that would be learned as we went through the NIL space, right? We knew there would be lessons learned. And the question is, how are the lessons going to be learned? How painful would it be? And who would ultimately be the canary in the coal mine? Right? Who would be the first one that had to die, quote unquote? Again, if you don't know the canary in the coal mine, they would send a canary down a coal mine. If it died, they knew there were gases deadly gases in the coal mine. So you knew there would be someone that would have to be sent down the coal mine. And in this case, it was the quarterback for UNLV. And he did the only thing. And look, I think he's 100% right. And if he did have an offer, and it certainly seems like he did, and the offer was for $100,000, and they came back and said, we'll give you $12,000, $3,000 a month for 4 months, then your only recourse is to remove yourself from the labor force. And so that's what he's doing. He can save his red shirt. He can play another year. He can go somewhere else. And I'll guarantee you this. Oh, we're playing Hawks music. You know Hambone wasn't going to miss that opportunity. Our man Dan Hawkins, the man, the myth, the legend. You knew Rogers was going to play the music. But here's the thing. With Sluka being the canary in the coal mine, you absolutely knew that someone was going to have to take the hit, and he did. And that means the next person that shows up is going to damn well make sure they have that in writing when there is an offer made. And a lot of schools already do this. A lot of schools already have contracts. But apparently at UNLV they didn't. But let me tell you, a guy showing up at UNLV with the promise of riches and leaving with less money than he started with, that is the Las Vegas way. That is a tale as old as time when it comes to Vegas. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Our boy Hawk is in the chat. Let's go. Dan Hawkins, the man, the myth, the legend, joining us over in the Twitter space. Love him to death. Going to get him on the show here soon to talk about everything in college athletics. We'll take a break, come back. Hawk, enjoy your theme music, brother.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you're planning a special gathering for your military unit, your church congregation, or a school, Shane's Seafood and Barbecue wants to help. Right now, Shane's Seafood and Barbecue is offering special pricing for military, churches, hospitals, and schools. Look no further than Shane's Seafood and Barbecue to cater your next event. But it's not just the catering. They offer a special discount to all first responders in uniform when dining in. Check out the mouth-watering seafood and finger-licking barbecue at Shane's Seafood and Barbecue. For more information, go to shaneseafood.com.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you got to hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflush.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflush.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflush.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflush.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to new heights? At Town Square Media, your success is our ultimate goal. At Town Square Media, we understand that reaching your audience across various platforms is essential in today's fast-paced landscape. One size fits none in the realm of marketing. See firsthand how Town Square Media crafts tailored solutions that align with your unique goals. Whether it's increasing brand awareness, driving sales, or fostering community engagement, our ability to customize strategies that deliver exactly what you need when you need it. Town Square Media isn't just a partner. We're your brand's most passionate advocate. See how Town Square Media can transform your vision into a reality that resonates, engages, and inspires. Call and schedule your free business analysis today. 318-688-1130. 318-688-1130. Your brand story starts here with Town Square Media, where innovation meets impact and your success is our priority.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. Roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You could be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey LSU Tiger fans! Got junk piling up? Trash Bandits, your local junk removal experts in Shreveport, are here to help. Whether you want to be hands-on or hands-off, we've got you covered. From dumpster rentals to hoarding cleanups, we haul it all. Proudly rooting for the LSU Tigers, we're family-owned and operated, providing reliable and trusted service. Go to www.trashbanditsla.com and reclaim your space. Your local junk removal team cheering on the LSU Tigers all season long. Go Tigers!
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, Call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Playing the hits. I don't know if Hawk's still with us or not, Rogers, but I do appreciate you playing the hits, my friend. Yeah, you know Hambone knows. Hawk sent us a little note, said he went up in a hot air balloon last week. Dan Hawkins, I swear, man, that guy is just tempting death every day of his life. Said, love you guys, glad you're still at it, and hit us with the peace sign. Hawk, you're the best, brother. I don't know if you're still with us or not, but we got to get him on the show, Rogers. We got to. Hawk's too much fun, man. He's too good. All right, it's a Patrick Netherton show, 1130, The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. So, Hambone, I had an opportunity to make one of your favorite jokes that I make all the time. I was watching, as I do, and I know you do as well, Channel 3 News. Hambone and I both watch the 11 o'clock Channel 3 News. He's in the studio, I'm at home, but we tune in the Channel 3 News. Rogers, did you happen to see what Rick Rowe was up to
No.
during the Channel 3 News today? So
yeah, we're not watching that in the morning. We're watching sports.
Oh, please. I know you're watching the Channel 3 News, Rogers. I know you are.
We're watching Good Morning Football, Sports Center, and MLB Central.
So so he was at some archery outdoors place. Now, he's actually in Hawaii right now, so this was like an old story. But sure enough, Rogers, at the end of the story, he's standing next to one of the owners of the archery place, and I bet you'll never guess what kind of clothing the guy who owned the archery place was wearing. I bet you'll never guess in a million years that he was wearing camouflage. And so you know that I'm never going to miss an opportunity to make a camo joke. And so I happened to capture the picture literally as Rick Rowe is like pointing at him and saying something to him. And I, of course, immediately put that online and said, why is Rick Rowe standing by himself pointing at the wall when he's very clearly pointing at somebody? And as you might expect, Rogers, it got the usual suspects to turn up and enjoy themselves with that story, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. Camo jokes are they're always in style for me. I always love them. I cannot get enough of them. So yes, we made a little camo joke, and you know, I don't know if everyone loved it or not, Rogers, but I certainly did. So we made the joke. Also, wanted to mention this last night on the broadcast of volleyball. Actually, let me get to some texts, and then I'll tell you this story. If you want to reach us, you can. Pearl Shreveport hotline, the phone line is 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. The Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line is 318-657-0426, 657-0426. Or you can send us a message on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or our Twitter/X. Hawk was sending us messages on X, Dan Hawkins, during the course of the show. You can send us messages on Facebook or YouTube as well if you are watching the stream. A couple of texts on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Red Dragon said, ain't no fair weather fan in Hambone. Gotta love it. You're right, Red Dragon. Hambone's locked in, baby. Dustin said, maybe one day my Cubs will get to a point where I don't feel the need to buy a division winner shirt. I guess they'd have to at least win the division once to get to that point. Yeah, I feel for you, Cubs fans. You know, it has not been much in the way of sustained success for you guys. You had the really nice run for the World Series and broke the curse and all of that, but man, it has not been good otherwise. Mr. Jim said, go Mets. Been waiting a long time to say that again. Well, congratulations to the Mets. I haven't even looked, Rogers. Did the Mets make the playoffs already? No, they're right there in the running though. It's them and the Diamondbacks, it would appear, and the Braves that are still trying to figure it out. Dodgers and Padres have both clinched a spot. You have the Brewers that have clinched their division in the Central. Everyone else in the division has been eliminated. And then the East is Phillies, who've already clinched a division, and then the Mets and the Braves. So it's Mets, Braves, Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks, who are all fighting for a position. So that's what, 3, 4, that is 7 teams? Am I missing somebody? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What am I missing? Oh, it's okay. Never mind. Sorry. My brain just stopped there for a second. Anyway, yeah. So you've got them fighting it out. Meanwhile, in the AL, Astros have clinched the division. Guardians have clinched the division, and you've got Mariners are still in it. They haven't been eliminated yet. The Royals, Tigers, and Twins are still in it. And the Orioles, Yankees, Red Sox, and Rays are all still in it. Yankees and Orioles have clinched a playoff spot, so you know they're in. Just a matter of which one is going to be the divisional winner and which one is going to be the wild card. And then it's some combination of Red Sox, Rays, Royals, Tigers, Twins, and Mariners. Inside track is Orioles seem to be they would be the number one wild card, and then the Orioles would be, then the Royals and the Tigers both have 83 wins. So so they've both got good opportunities, but not quite in yet. They would be the odds-on favorites to make up the rest of the playoff field. So So there you go. There's your 6, and then obviously 7 fighting for 6 spots over in the National League, with the Brewers and Phillies clinching divisions, Dodgers and Padres clinching spots, and then Mets, Braves, Diamondbacks all fighting it out from there, with the Mets having the best chance to make the field at that point. All right. So we were, Double J said, this story makes Tark the Shark look like a saint. Say what you will, but he always delivered his promises to recruits. Yeah, look, all the, stack of money and cars for Eric Dickerson and Craig James with the Pony Express and all of that stuff, like, all of that stuff definitely... It's the same stuff that's happening right now. It's just that was under the table and this is above the table. The problem is you are entering into a legal contract, right? What should be a legally binding contract. Someone makes you a job offer. You accept the job offer. The problem is if you don't have the job offer in writing, then you have no way to legally prove that the job offer was ever made. So the offensive coordinator is not talking. He's the one that allegedly offered the $100,000 to Sluka. And apparently Barry Odom did not. And Barry Odom said, unless I make the offer's not made. Now, coaches making offers is also a bigger deal. Matt texts in and says that's why you always sign a contract for NIL, plus coaches aren't allowed to negotiate NIL deals. In fact, nobody associated with school can negotiate the deals. And again, that's part of the wild, wild west, because that is not that's a case-by-case basis. That's not necessarily a hard and fast rule. And again, it's somewhat like someone on Twitter said it's like a drug deal gone bad. Who are you going to complain to? Oh, well, you promised me that you would give me, $100,000 for this cocaine, and you didn't, and then you stole my cocaine and didn't give me $100,000. Okay, well, what are you going to do? Call the cops? Like, you had nobody to complain to. And that's where we're at right now with the NIL space. There is no one to complain to about what's happening. And so you end up with exactly what you've got. All right, Rogers, I want to tell you a little bit about the Pearl Shreveport and an unbelievable special that they've got going on right now at the Pearl. Just insane. So a couple of things. One, we told you about them smoking up a bunch of pork butts. They're doing a smoked pork butt and collard green gumbo served over rice or grits or homemade mashed potatoes. You get the choice. Rice, grits, or homemade mashed potatoes that you can serve that gumbo over, which sounds insane. But here's the real thing they've got going on at the Pearl right now, and it looks completely ridiculous. And by ridiculous, I mean amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, they have concocted a steak dish that is ridiculous. It is the Surf and Turf Special, available all week long after 5 p.m. This is under $40. And let me tell you what you're getting, right? $36. You're getting an 8-ounce center cut sirloin, 2 jumbo grilled shrimp, haricot verts, which is just green beans. I love that they keep calling them that. And rosemary garlic mashed potatoes, right? All of that is topped with a creamy lemon butter lump crab sauce. If you can see the picture, you want to just bury your face in it. It is literally a steak topped with lump crab meat with a lemon butter sauce on top of it, sitting on a bed of mashed potatoes with a couple of grilled shrimp and green beans next to it. It is absolutely insane. And you can get all of that for $36 at the Pearl. That is after 5 p.m., available all weekend long. Just an incredible deal. $36 for a steak with a lump crab meat, lemon butter sauce, green beans, mashed potatoes, and shrimp. Like, come on, man. You're not going to find anything better than that anywhere in this area. And that is available at The Pearl in Shreveport, 70th and Fern Avenue. The white brick building with the black awnings is where you find The Pearl. I mean, look, I want to go right now and get it, but it's not available till after 5. What a dinner special. The Surf and Turf dinner special. 8-ounce center cut sirloin, 2 jumbo shrimp, green beans, rosemary garlic mashed potatoes, lump crab meat, and a creamy lemon butter sauce on top of it. Just ridiculous. And that's what you've got at The Pearl, 70th and Fern Avenue. Go check them out. And of course, when you do, please let them know you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show, because that helps Robert and crew know that they are their money is being well spent here at the one of the offshoots of Fletcher Industries, LLC. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. It's the Patrick Netherton Show. I got to tell you the story from last night's volleyball match. Been teasing it for a bit. We're going to talk about James Stanfield, our producer, and an emotional support animal. That is next.
Get ready for a Tiger takeover in Shreveport Bossier on December 8th at the Brookshire's Grocery Arena. The Grambling Tigers will take on the LSU Tigers for an unforgettable night of women's basketball right in our own backyard. Tip-offs at 7 p.m. and tickets are on sale now. Buy your tickets early for the best seats for the Tiger takeover on December 8th at Brookshire's Grocery Arena. Visit ShreveportBossier.org/sports for all the details.
If you're planning a special gathering for your military unit, your church congregation, or a school, Shane's Seafood and Barbecue wants to help. Right now, Shane's Seafood and Barbecue is offering special pricing for military, churches, hospitals, and schools. Look no further than Shane's Seafood and Barbecue to cater your next event. But it's not just the catering. They offer a special discount to all first responders in uniform when dining in. Check out the mouthwatering seafood and finger-licking barbecue at Shane's Seafood and Barbecue. For more information, go to shaneseafood.com.
John Legend here. How do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date with a COVID shot this season?
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC. Ask your healthcare provider and book at vaxassist.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Shop Macy's VIP sales starting Thursday. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off the latest fall trends from designers that rarely go on sale. And save 15% off skincare, makeup, fragrances, and more. Plus, shop fall specials for even more great deals on top brands at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Flo here from Progressive to tell you how you get more than great savings with us. You get customer service access through our mobile app, online chat, or by phone.
That's a lot of ways I can get in touch with you. I see what's going on here. You can't name favorites, but I'm your #1 customer.
Actually, we offer all our customers these ways to contact us.
I'm sure you give just any customer your personal
company
contact info.
Well, you did call us more than any other customer this year. So in that sense, you are our #1 customer.
Get help from Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, just stopped by to say hello, and my gosh, look how busy it is in here. How'd you get all these customers?
Yeah, this month has been a record breaker. You know, for a long time, we had decent business coming in by word of mouth, but we weren't growing. Lately, though, a lot of folks have been finding us online, and that's made all the difference.
That's terrific. I wish I could figure out how to do that with my shop, but I have no idea where to start.
Just do what I did. It's not as hard as you think. Go to mylocalcustomers.com to see exactly how many searches there are for businesses just like yours.
Okay, then what?
Well, if you see there are a good number of clients searching in our area, you'll also get some suggestions for the best way to get their attention.
Do you think there are a lot of people searching for my business?
Only one way to find out. Go to mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, easy, and free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free local customer analysis that will show you how many customers are searching online for your type of business. It's quick, easy, and free. Visit mylocalcustomers.com. That's mylocalcustomers.com.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM, Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. So we, last night we're doing the volleyball match between Northwestern State and Texas A&M Commerce. And during the course of the match, we always like to shout out our crew, right? So we do a little crew graphic. James Stanfield's our producer. And he puts together a little crew graphic, and it's, Jay Stanfield directing, A. Stanfield, who's his dad, Alan, audio, T. Mitchell, director, graphics is blah, blah, blah. And then the next page is the 4 camera operators, and they're almost always students. Because again, if you're a student or you know a student who wants to get involved in broadcasting, Northwestern State's an unbelievable program, man. They really are. You get immediate experience. You get to get behind a camera and get after. It's great. So if you've got a kiddo that maybe wants to get into broadcasting, sports broadcasting especially, maybe they want to be behind the camera, maybe they want to be a director, a producer, whatever, you need to get them to Northwestern State in Natchitoches because the program's second to none. And even if you just want to look at the program, this is the other thing. You got a kid who maybe is just interested and, hey, I'd like to go down and see what it's about. They do that. You want to come down, just holler at me, let me know. We'll make some arrangements. You can go in and check out the truck. You can, see what they do. You can shadow folks, shadow me if you want, whatever. We'd love to have you. We're always looking for more enrollment, and we kind of open everything up. And hell, you might end up on a camera, right? Like there's been a couple of times when Natchitoches Central kids have come over, the Natchitoches Central High School kids have come over, and we put them on a camera. Like, congratulations, you're working camera 3. Like, get up there and here you go. So yeah, that's all part of it, man. It is a lot of fun. So anyway, last night, James is running the graphic for all of the different positions. Well, the last name after camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, and camera 4, the position was ES, and the name was A. Rose. No idea who that was. Well, I mean, I knew, but basically no one else did at this point. So I'm like, I said, so blah, 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 blah. And I'm there with Kaylee Carter, who used to be the Centenary volleyball coach. And, we always have a good time. Well, they, I said, do you have any idea what that last category is? And, she said, absolutely not. I don't know. I don't know what that is. And I said, ES stands for emotional support. Emotional support. It is, she's like, okay. And I'm like, that is the emotional support person, whatever. And I was like, and I will give, and her name is Amy Rose. Amy Rose. I was like, I will give you $100 right here on the spot if you can tell me who Amy Rose is. And she's like, I don't have any idea. And Rogers, you will know this because you know James Stanfield, our producer. You could probably guess that it is a Sonic the Hedgehog character, and you would be absolutely right. Literally listed on our crew graphic as the emotional support spot was Amy Rose, who is a female hedgehog who has a crush on Sonic. She believes that she's Sonic's girlfriend. She's tried to win his heart. I'm literally reading from the Sonic wiki page. She's attempted to win his heart by any means necessary in many of their adventures. So, sure enough, we go into like a 1.5-minute bit about Sonic the Hedgehog and about James, and that he definitely has a plushie of Amy Rose somewhere in his collection. He then texts me after the fact to tell me that he has 170 figures, whether they be plush or not. He has 170 Sonic the Hedgehog, figures within that family. Tails and Knuckles and Sonic and whoever else is in that family. Amy Rose, whatever. So yes, we spent a solid 2 minutes during our broadcast on a minor character from Sonic the Hedgehog named Amy. And it also got me thinking about the idea that so many of normal names in abnormal places crack me up. Like people who have, 3 kids with crazy names, and then one of them's like named Steve. You've got like Carrington and Michela and then Steve, right? Or I love when a random animal has a human name. It's like, this is Fifi, this is Ruff, and this is George, right? I love random animals that have people names. And so the idea that there's like Sonic and Knuckles and Tails and then Amy. I don't know why it made me laugh so hard, but it absolutely made me laugh so hard. I thought it was just hilarious. And of course, James had to put her in the crew graphic. So that's how we ended up doing 2 minutes on Sonic the Hedgehog last night during the volleyball match. And not sorry about it at all. Not sorry about it in the slightest. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Our show brought to you by Hollis Dental Care. That's right, Hollis Dental Care. Call them before 9, get seen the same day. That's how they operate at Hollis Dental Care. Open Monday through Thursday. They're open later on Monday, 9 to 6. They're open earlier on Tuesday through Thursday. They open at 8 o'clock on those days. And 8 to 5 on Tuesday, Wednesday, 8 to 3 on Thursday. You can give them a holler at 703-6680, 703-6680. Look, notwithstanding, you might need dentures, or you might need some oral surgery of some kind, or you may need some kind of maybe you need the dental implant, right? Something like that. Notwithstanding all of that, let's just talk about normal maintenance for your teeth, right? Like, you should be seeing a hygienist every 6 months. You should be going in, they do the little scrape, 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 and they hit you with the little, the floss and the toothpaste and the little spinny brush thing that they, do that, and they clean your teeth, man. That's what they do. They make sure your gum line looks good. They get rid of all the plaque and the gingivitis and all of that. And there are very credible studies that link dental health to heart health. So your teeth are clean, your gums are good, that directly correlates to heart health. Your gums are bad, you've got, abscesses or infections in your mouth, then there's a good chance that some of that might be affecting your heart as well. So keeping your teeth clean and disease-free is a massive deal. So obviously brush your teeth regularly. Obviously floss regularly. I'm terrible at flossing. I really am. I'm the worst at remembering to floss. But floss as much as you can. Use a good mouthwash if you get an opportunity to. Take care of your teeth. But even with all of that, even being as conscientious as you possibly can be, and brushing multiple times a day and flossing and all of that, there's still going to be things you can't reach or know that are affecting you, and that's why you call a dentist and you go see the dental hygienist. And Hollis Dental Care is the spot for that, right? 703-6680. Look, I need to come in. I want to get my teeth cleaned. I want to get on a regular schedule. They're building out a second room for a second hygienist so that they can get even more folks in for their regular cleanings and make it even better and quicker. And that's awesome, right? That's what you want. You want to be able to go in, and the hygienist will come in. They'll clean your teeth. They'll get you all spick and span. Dr. Hollis will come in, take a look. Hey, all this looks good. Keep brushing and flossing. They'll send you off with the little free pack of floss typically, or the little toothbrush in a pack or whatever. You get your free gear in a little bag most of the time. All of that happens for you at Hollis Dental Care. You need to give them a call. 703-6680, 703-6680 is how you get in touch with Hollis Dental Care. They are absolutely the best spot for your smile. No doubt about it. Give them a call. They're up there in North Bossier, Wimple, Benton Road and Wimple. Convenient to get to, right? You just zip right up there. You get your teeth clean. You zip right, especially for those of you Bossier folk. Super convenient for you guys to get in there, get cleaned, get out, and enjoy having a mouth that feels good, looks good, teeth that look good. Just makes you that much more presentable as you go out and about in the world. So we cannot recommend enough Hollis Dental Care, 703-6680, 703-6680. And, of course, when you go in, please let them know you heard about it right here on the Patrick Netherton Show. That lets Dr. Hollis know that his money is being put to good use. So definitely make sure you let them know. And, hey, if you have a business that's looking to advertise on our little show of wackiness, then feel free to give us a shout over on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line at 6570-HAM, 657-0426. We'll be happy to get you to the boss man and see if we can't work a deal and get you in as part of the family. You know, the Pearl, they've enjoyed being a part of the show. Bobby L. Greene Plumbing's been a part of the show forever. And look, Matt Hollis and Hollis Dental Care keep coming back. Right? They keep coming back to see us. That's how you know that what we've got working is working. So make sure you give them a shout at Hollis Dental Care and give us a call or a text if you are someone that is looking to get the name out about your business. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We've got a few more little NFL news and notes to get to. The WNBA final or first round continue. The Indiana Fever season might come to a close tonight, and all of the Caitlin Clark chatter might vanish after with their very weird 3-game series, which I have a feeling is probably going to change very quickly. When you've got a talent like Caitlin Clark, you don't find ways to show her less. That is for sure. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Come back and see us as we wrap the show up next.
Out of the night, it was something to observe. Came in close, I heard a voice, standing, stretching every nerve. I had to listen, had no choice. I did not believe the information, just had to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
It's common knowledge that after age 30, our metabolism changes. We have less energy and gain weight easier. There's a way to feel better, not in years or months, but sometimes in just days.
I'm Chuck Norris. I tried everything. Working with a team of health experts, we came up with Morning Kick. Morning Kick is a revolutionary new formula that combines all my favorite supplements into one daily drink.
Morning Kick has probiotics to help you lose weight, prebiotics for digestion, superfoods for muscles and joints, and powerful anti-aging supplements. It'll help you feel youthful, energized, and helps manage stress.
I look and feel better than I have in years.
Go to roundhouseprovisions.com, use code SUPPORT, or text SUPPORT to 511-511 and claim 40% off. roundhouseprovisions.com, code SUPPORT.
Every purchase comes with our 90-day money-back guarantee. You can be feeling these changes within just a couple of days.
Text SUPPORT to 511-511.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Tax fees may apply.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Brought to you by Louisiana Highway Safety Commission.
Our locally owned businesses are the heartbeat of our community. Industry aces stand out as leaders in their field, like Down Home Meats, Old School Sausage Done Right, and Shreveport Bossier Family Dentistry, keeping your whole family smiling, and Shreveport Bossier Pediatric Dentistry. It's an out-of-this-world experience. Industry aces stand out as leaders in their field. Check out any of our industry aces today.
You might wonder, John Legend, how do you keep your voice sounding so legendary? Honey. And how do I keep my protection against COVID-19 up to date? With a COVID shot this season, designed for recent variants.
You can get your COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot if you're due for both, as recommended by the CDC.
The fresher, the better.
Ask your healthcare provider about getting this season's COVID-19 shot when getting your flu shot.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate me. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Watching a front come into the northern parishes tonight, a shower or two possible, and Helene takes over the eastern Gulf of Mexico mid and late week with a Thursday evening landfall as a major hurricane. Northwest Florida, Big Bend area. 70 degrees our low for tonight. Chance for a shower tonight. Chance for a shower Wednesday, 82. Lower humidity Thursday. Breezy north winds, high 84. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore at the Weather Channel.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Monday warrior, mean strike. Today's Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. You know we love some Rush. Yeah. He's Rogers, I'm Patrick. And apparently the man, the myth, the legend, EH is joining us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline at 725-5945. EH, what is up, my friend?
It's a celebration Tuesday from Monday.
It's Wednesday, but what?
Oh, yeah, it is Wednesday. Astros, baby.
Yes. EH, have you apologized to Rogers Hampton for doubting him?
No, it looked bleak, but I followed my boy Hambo, and I got back on before, when the wave started, so I was never off of it. But it was interesting. I don't know, Rogers, I'm sure you did, but watching the whole post game, Dana Brown, their general manager, but he had a lot to play in. What players they wanted in free agency when they got the Boston pitcher, and they get, of course, Hayward. But like the Boston pitcher, he said, look, we'll get him, but he needs to tweak this on his mechanics and stuff. So it wasn't just a pitching coach; it was Dana Brown who had the stones to make those suggestions. Which, highly impressed. Did you catch that?
Yeah, this guy's a very proactive GM. He's the one who built what's going on in Atlanta right now. He's very aggressive, very proactive, and one of the most active GMs ever. So when they hired him over, I was very pleased.
Yeah. Even they said, Patrick, they were saying that when Alvarez was out, he just went up to Singleton and I didn't know a GM had this much interaction with the team. He goes, hey, man, we're going to need a big bat to go in there. And I'm going to be honest with you, I was getting tired last night, and if I was going to step and watch it, but Hayward went through the wall to make that catch. And I was like, oh, man, how awesome. But he was up to bat. I was like, man, he can't hit himself out of a wet paper bag. And I went in the other room, and sure enough, he jacked a 2-run homer. So that's it's just fun. It's a great team. It's a good nucleus. And like you was talking about earlier, Rogers, everybody's taking shots at them. How many road games have we watched this year? I think I've watched every one of them. I know you have too. When they boo Altuve, they boo Bregman, boo, 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 and they're just total hypocrites because everybody was doing it. And, if you would get a chance to get to know these players, they're pretty solid, and how Verlander, one of the reporters kind of slipped up and said, hey, well, this might be your tenure. And he said, no, I get it. I just want to give back to these players. It's very unselfish, and that's just what they are.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with Patrick early in the show is, hey, they're talking about leaving Verlander off the playoff roster. I don't need him to be the number one ace guy and go 5-6 innings with 1 run and 2 hits. If he can come in and give us 2 innings, if he can come in the 5th inning and get 2 outs to get to Presley and Hader, I just need his leadership, his wisdom, and his experience in that dugout and on that bench during the playoffs. And if he can give us anything, I'll take it. I don't need him to be a 3-time Cy Young winner right now. I just give us something to help the team win a game, and I will be completely great with that, EH.
Yeah, I think he's an upgrade over like Ort or, some of these rookies are going to be wide-eyed.
Oh, absolutely.
He does pretty bad he didn't do good on his very first inning, but if he knew he didn't have to go pitch, like you said, 5-6 innings.
Yes.
If he knew he only had 1 inning to pitch, he'll just probably let it all hang out.
Yes.
And, I'd rather have him in a pressure situation than some of those other guys.
Absolutely. And he admitted that he came back from the neck injury too soon, which is why he struggled. That's why I'm like, okay, again, don't need you to do 5-6 innings. You're not the ace of the staff anymore. They're young, strong studs now. Just if you can start a game and give us 2 innings, okay. If you can come in the 4th and get 2 hitters out, okay. I just need your leadership and wisdom on the bench. So that's why I'm pretty confident he'll make the playoff roster.
And lastly, I'm seeing the game right now, and they have a lot of their starters in. I'm like, I thought the 40-man roster kicked in. Are they just doing that because to give the fans a little more,
That's
aggressive
exactly
team,
what,
and then
that's exactly what's happened. They've taken Altuve out. They just took Bregman out. So this was a fan appreciation game. Good eye, EH. They have slowly taken out the starters in this game. So this morning, Fletcher was joking about we're going to see 9 guys that we don't even know what their names are. So when the starting lineup came out today, it was all the starters. But since then, Espada has slowly taken them out to let the fan give them their ovation and celebrate them. And Bregman got the biggest ovation of all. There's no way they're going to let him walk. They're going to re-sign him in the offseason. You can't let him go.
no, and he loves Houston. He just when you count him out, he just takes a while to get heated up. But you're not going to find. I mean, you can't find a leader. He's like the pillar. I mean, it's him,
Absolutely.
Bregman, and now Alvarez. Yeah. All right, man. Y'all be good.
All right, brother.
Rogers, you just want to take it home, kid? Like y'all.
I'm telling you what, that was a nice little segment there.
That's
I
the
like
best
that.
segment of the Patrick Netherton show I think we've ever had.
I'm telling you what. Well, because we both know our knowledge of a baseball team. We're not just up here, throwing out opinions and would-be's and could-be's and what if this happens and what if that happened. We evaluate what we see. We evaluate who's hurt. We evaluate, hey, if you're going to help us, it may not be in the traditional way that you are used to, because when you've made the playoffs 8 straight years, it's going to be totally different personnel you're counting on. So it just – if I'm any other team in the American League, I'm not happy the Astros won that division and they're back in there, because this team knows how to win. Like EH said, from the front office to the owner to the new manager who finally found his way to these guys who didn't quit all year long. This is not a team you want to face in the playoffs.
The Hampton Hardy Show is the Hampton Hardy Show.
Well, we got the hamster show with me and Adam, so we need to come
Yeah.
up with something. Hey, my middle initial is E, my last is H. Will
There
be
you
the
go.
double EH show.
There you go. The REHEH show brought to you by Bobby L. Greene
like
Plumbing.
that.
Heating and cooling, 631-0235, 631-0235, as you've heard on their new spot. Not only are they dealing with plumbing, which they've done for 6 decades, they've also added heating and cooling to the mix. So basically anything you want done in your house other than electrical, they can probably handle it for you. That's what they do at Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. 631-0235, or find them on the internet at greeneplumbing.com, Greene plumbing.com. Double J said that segment was great. It was a close second to the Grandpa Joe rant. Yeah, Grandpa Joe rants are always in their own stratosphere. But the Hampton and Hardy show, the Hardy Hampton show, I like Hardy Hampton show. That works for me, because it doesn't sound like 2 guys. It sounds like 1 guy. The Hardy Hampton show, brought to you by Hollis Dental Care, the Pearl Shreveport, and Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. I'm not going to say anything, but, y'all could have just called each other and hashed that out if you wanted to. Of course, we know Rogers ain't answering his phone anyway. Only phone Rogers Hampton answers is the Pearl hotline at 725-5945. That's the only one he answers. So, no real surprise that EH was able to get in there. And then they got to talk their Astros, baby, and why not? Astros clinched the division. Got themselves a wild card berth. All right, that's it for us. Big thanks to everyone for tuning in and being a part. James is disappointed that I read from the Sonic Wiki. He said it's a bit of a garbage hole. So, sorry. That's about as much info as I'm going to get on one of the ancillary characters from Sonic the Hedgehog that we had make an appearance on the volleyball match last night on the broadcast. All right, big thanks to everyone for tuning in and being a part of the show. We thank you for that. It is, as always, a blast to bring it to you. Don't forget to go follow, like, subscribe to our Facebook, our YouTube, and our Twitter feeds. We would greatly appreciate it. Any extra numbers that we get helps the metrics a lot. So please help us out and go and do that. Otherwise, don't forget you can also send in your Pearl Upset special picks. We're starting to take those now. On the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 657-0426. That is how you find us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Send in the biggest upset, biggest underdog that you believe will win outright, and you'll have a chance to win a $50 gift certificate to the Pearl with our weekly Pearl Upset Special. And you might actually get the gift certificate in a timely fashion. Who knows? Definitely more timely than the first 4 folks who have won Pearl Upset Special gift certificates. For Rogers Hampton, I'm Patrick Netherton. Y'all be safe and careful out there, everyone. I know it's not as hot as it used to be, but still, take precaution when you're rolling around outside, and hope you don't run into a guy wearing camo. Y'all be safe and careful. We'll see you tomorrow from 1 to 3 on the Patrick Netherton Show.